Imagine a world where the lights went out and never came back on. It has been 12 months since the EMP strike that plunged America into darkness, and the initial shock has given way to a brutal, grinding reality of starvation, disease, and lawlessness. You are John Matherson, a former history professor turned reluctant leader of a small town in North Carolina, trying to hold the line against chaos while keeping your community alive. Welcome to 1 Year After, the gritty, heartbreaking, and intensely realistic sequel to 1 Second After by William R. Forstchen. If you love grit-down scenarios, realistic survival tactics, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated terror of trying to rebuild civilization when the systems we rely on have vanished, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in post-apocalyptic fiction, blending the visceral chill of a collapsing society with the profound resilience of the human spirit. The narrative kicks off with John facing the harsh winter and the dwindling supplies that threaten to wipe out his town before spring arrives. The atmosphere is thick with the silence of dead engines, the smell of wood smoke and decay, and the creeping dread of knowing that help is not coming, and that the people next door might soon become your biggest threat. Forstchen excels at capturing the psychological toll of long-term isolation, making every scavenging run, every medical crisis, and every tense negotiation feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is losing everything you hold dear. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its uncompromising commitment to tactical realism and the spectacular societal collapse trope. This isn't a story about zombies or mutants. It's about the brutal, exhausting reality of staying alive when the infrastructure vanishes. Watching John navigate the treacherous social hierarchy of the wasteland, form tentative alliances with other survivors, and use his wits and weapons to outsmart raiders who have turned violence into a survival tactic is incredibly gripping, and the audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the survival mechanics to life, making the crunch of broken glass, the sharp crack of a rifle, and the heavy silence of a world without power feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular action and the survival mechanics, the soul of 1 Year After lies in its characters and the heavy burden of leadership. John isn't an invincible killer. He is a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of doing what is necessary to protect those he cares about. The emotional anchor of the story is his fierce, unbreakable loyalty to the small group of survivors he manages to protect, a found family bound by the shared trauma of the collapse. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet, desperate conversations by a campfire feel just as impactful as the explosive, chaotic firefights on the perimeter. As the plot accelerates toward its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major raider gang or a rival faction targets the community's sanctuary, forcing them into a desperate, high-stakes last stand. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming improvisation, and raw, unbridled courage. John must use every hidden trick, every overloaded trap, and every ounce of his will to hold the line against an unstoppable tide. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, hard-earned victory that proves humanity's will to survive is stronger than the darkness. 1 Year After is a triumph of the post-apocalyptic thriller genre. It is smart, gritty, and unapologetically intense. William R. Forstchen has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog holding the line. Plug in your headphones, check your perimeter, and join the survivors. The grid is down, but their fight for tomorrow is just beginning.